0. Okay, so now that evaluates to 0, this is going to be half mv squared. Now we understand that this formula, okay, this formula equals to Ke, okay, this formula equals to Ke. So what we are saying is that force times distance, okay, what does it understand? Now we are supposed to understand that S stands for displacement, which can also just simply say, which can be said that S is just a distance. Okay, now if you have understood what we have done so far is that at the end of the day, the relationship between kinetic energy, as I introduced the topic as kinetic energy and work, then now we begin to see the relationship now between kinetic energy as well as work done on an object. Okay. Okay, so now this F is force multiplied by distance equals to force multiplied by distance equals to the kinetic energy, meaning that this force times distance equals to work done is equal to therefore work done equals to so the work done on an object is simply equals to the kinetic energy of that object. Now, I hope and believe that this is understood. Then in conclusion now we can say okay, so now what we're saying, guys, is that the product, okay, force times distance equals to kinetic energy. Okay, so please don't forget that concept, okay, which is work done equals to Ke, mean work done equals to half multiplied by v squared. But note that the formula only becomes true if the object that we are considering, okay, started from rest. Okay, so if we started from rest, then our initial velocity is 0. So whatever we are going to plug in on the u squared, okay, you saw in the just in a minute ago, u squared, then that's going to evaluate to 0. Okay, like for instance, now when u equals to 0, this, okay, meaning half mass times 0, okay, so whatever I'm going to multiply this side is going to evaluate to 0. And that's the reason why the formula is only on an assumption to say work done equals to half mv squared if u equals to 0. So only if u is equal to 0. But if u is not equal to 0, if u is not equal to 0, then this is going to be minus half mu squared. Okay, half mu squared. Okay, so that is going to be half mu squared. Okay, okay. Now the other point that I want to make is that the product Fs, okay, just know that F stands for the force which is measured in Newton, and then S stands for the distance over which the object has moved, and then now is the work done on the mass to change its velocity, while the half mv squared minus half mu squared equals to the change in the kinetic energy. Okay. So work done equals the change. Okay. So now the work done on an object with a certain mass equals to the change in kinetic energy. So that's the only thing that we're supposed to understand, and I believe and hope that you have understood some of the key concepts. And if you have not, please don't forget to subscribe so that you can get actually be able to just interact with me and ask questions, okay, in the comment section below, and point out on which part of this video you have not understood, and I'll be able to get back to you so that we can move on the same page. Okay, so this is the Radical Academy. It's bye bye, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.